Yo, what's up, everybody, man? What is going on? Welcome back to Built Not Bought. I know it's been a minute. I know it's been I think it's been about a month since I've last dropped an episode. We are back, though. We are back, though. So we're basically going to dive into what's kind of been going on with me, why I haven't done any episodes, and why I'm back, and what we're going to be doing going forward. So basically, I know in a previous episode I had talked about, I had kind of was struggling a little bit, blah, 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 going through some stuff. And I was doing good, man. I bounced back. But honestly, it just didn't stick, right? I ended up sliding backwards. Don't get me wrong, everything else, stuff is still good, but mentally, I just wasn't in a good spot. And I think it really just kind of stemmed from my physical fitness, man. It was in such a bad spot. I've just really allowed myself to be lazy, get content, and not really be disciplined on my physical fitness, and really has the physical fitness, more importantly, my diet. I mean, it's gotten so bad to the point where I've been Uber eating every single day for probably the past, like, maybe month, besides this last week, even sometimes 2 times a day. Right? So I honestly just haven't felt like doing an episode because mentally I haven't been in a good enough spot to do an episode. And I'm not one to get on here and lie about, talk about something, talk about this when I'm not doing what I need to be doing. That's not what I'm going to do. So, right, I want to say, so I just took a trip to Arizona maybe about a month ago. And that was a great trip. Love my time there. And I really had some time to like reflect, think about things. Probably 2 or 3 weekends ago, also had some additional time to reflect and think about things. And I was really able to get to this inflection and this turning point in myself. So June this year basically marks the 2.5-year point of when I put together my first 5-year goals. Right? So I did a half of the year. I was going through my journal, and I was doing a halftime. I call it halftime. I was basically doing my halftime scouting report on myself to see where I was at for the year, any adjustments I needed to make sure that I was able to hit my goals and everything I wanted to hit. So I did that. And as I was doing that, whenever I take some time to go through my goals for whatever year I'm in, I go back and look at some of my old goals, specifically the long-term ones. So I went back and looked at my 5-year goals that I made 3 years ago. Like I mentioned, right? Those ones we're now at halftime for the 5-year goal. And this is the first time that I've ever had a 5-year goal that I've followed up on multiple years in a row. And it's 5-year goals in all the categories that we talked about in these other videos. So I had 5-year goals for business, relationship, personal, finance, all of these different things. All right. And that's really when it hit me, when I was looking back at all these 5-year goals I made. It's really starting to hit me of number one, like I'm getting older, right? Like I'm really getting older. And these 5-year goals that I made, I'm tracking well on them, but I'm not tracking as good as I could have been tracking on them. They're all very realistically attainable. And if I had been locked in this whole time, I would have attained them in under 5-year goals easily, all of them. And this is a pattern now, right, that I'm recognizing. So the first time I saw this pattern appear was when I did my first block of 1-year goals. When I did my first block of 1-year goals, when I got to the end of the year, I said, oh, wow, like I hit a good chunk of these goals. And, if I had have really been focused, I could have probably hit all of them. Okay, but I still hit a good chunk, whatever. Second year, same thing. Looking at the 1-year goals, it's the exact same thing as that previous year. but I hadn't picked up the pattern yet. I hadn't really recognized it because, 2 times, whatever. So same thing, was looking through the 1 year goals. It was like, oh, wow, like, I probably could have hit all of these goals if I had really been focused. And I shifted into the 3rd year, which is where we're at now. See, 3 times, 4 times, because, right, I'm looking at my 1 year goals for this year, and I'm thinking the exact same thing. And then I'm also looking at my 5 year goals from the 1st year. So like that's 4 times now. And at that point, you have to recognize the pattern. The pattern is there. The pattern has shown itself. So if the pattern has shown itself to be true, I'm going to believe that pattern of like, okay, basically whatever goals you write down, they're achievable. And like now, I know this to be true. I know this to be true. I've seen it. I've experienced it multiple times. So now this is where the inflection point and the turning point for me happened. After experiencing, you hear it all the time. You control your destiny. Your thoughts take you to blah, blah. And it's cool to hear it, but it's different to experience it, because now I have real proof points in my life where I could look back and say, yeah, man, like I should have been more focused because of this, and boom, boom, boom. And that has spurred me into action, right? So, we're doing a build. You, honestly, I'm really excited about what I'm going to be putting together for you guys. Like, I'm really, really excited, and I don't want to speak on it too early. But just know there's going to be some amazing stuff coming, some amazing content. I'm really excited about the content that's going to be coming. I'm really excited about the transformation that I'm going to make. And then once I make that transformation, I'm going to share with you guys how you can make that transformation yourself, right? So I'm just going to give you the bare bone structure of what I'm cooking up right now. And I'm just going to read it. I'm just going to read it out my book just so y'all know. Because I've just been jotting down the ideas. I don't have this fully memorized, but I do want to share with y'all what it is that like I'm working on and I'm cooking up. So basically what I'm building, all right, what I'm building is a transformation brand. This is going to be the Built Not Bought brand, what we're building it into. This is going to be a transformation brand. It's going to be around discipline, fitness, your personal passion, whatever it may be, and becoming just a self-made person, which these are all things that we've discussed. So none of that is a surprise. These are all things that I've discussed, but I am going to be launching a program behind this. But I'm going to work it myself first as the proof point to show you guys that it works. So like who it's for, right? This program that I'm making, it's going to be for people, men specifically, but women are welcome too, who know that they're underperforming, but they want to perform to a higher level. And honestly, I picked that because that's always been me. That's been me basically throughout my whole life. Throughout my whole life, I felt like I've underperformed at almost everything that I've done, but I felt like I could perform higher almost always, right? So this framework and this program that I'm making and that I'm living right now is a program that is designed to get that best version of you out of you and in the world. It is designed to push you to be that best version of you that maybe you don't even know is there, or you don't know how to get it back out of yourself. It's a version of you that you've experienced at one point in time or another. Maybe you got content. Maybe you got lazy. Maybe you got depressed. I don't know what happened, but you need to find a way to rediscover that sharp side of you, that shy side of you with the edge. That program, my program, is for you. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, And once I start sharing the content, this is just to share with you guys. And I'm going to start uploading actual content to the YouTube. I'm probably going to change this YouTube name to make it match with Built Not Bought. But I'm going to start uploading content to the YouTube just so you guys can see like where I'm starting from. Because like it's not pretty. It was ugly. It was very ugly. My house was a total disaster. I was depressed. Was not taking care of myself. Like I mentioned, I was eating out every single day. And I work from home. So it's just compounding. All right. So that's basically the basic structure of like what this is. Right. So like more specifically, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it high level for now, man. I don't want to dive too much into it, because I want to wait until I finish working the program and I have the proof points for you guys, right? Because I think that's really where, instead of me just talking about it, I want you to really see what it is. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that's actually it, man. We're going to leave it right there. That's all I'm going to say about the Built Not Bought program. I'm still trying to figure out how to format it right now. I'm gonna complete my first 7 days in the Built Not Bought challenge or program tomorrow. Then I'm going on to 30 days, and I don't know what's past that. I don't know if I'm gonna do 60 or 90. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do it. But I'm the proof point, right? Like I have to work it so I can then share it with you guys to say, look, these are my results, and you can get these results too if you do what I did. And then I'm going to put together the whole structure, everything that I did, share it to you guys, and then we'll just grow from there. So yeah, just to get back to talking a little bit more about me though, it just has been a rough mental time. And, I did not have the wherewithal to employ a lot of the tactics and the stuff that I've talked about, even in my videos, the stuff that I know to be true, and the stuff that I've talked to you guys about. I just didn't have it in me to do all of that stuff. And honestly, that's okay, because it's not about being perfect. It's about being honest with yourself. And then it's about getting to a point where you can be accountable and picking yourself back up. And that's where I'm at. It's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks since I've been on here, which is 3 weeks or 4 weeks that I've personally just been mentally struggling. But now I'm back because I took that time to look into the mirror this last weekend and say, listen, man, like, it's okay. We're going to take this a day at a time. We're going to take this a step at a time. We're going to do what we need to do to get to where you want to get to, period. And it has to get done. But if I wasn't taking the time to plan and journal, I would not have had this moment of realization. I wouldn't have snapped out of my funk. The trigger here that allowed me to get out of this negative headspace was realizing that I was 50% through 5-year plans that I made, and I was already hitting some of my 5-year plans. And realizing that I already hit some of my 5-year plans, knowing the level of effort and commitment that I put in, sparked that fire in me, it sparked that flame in me. Because if I'm looking at these 2.5 years, like, have I been busting my ass? I've been busting my ass. But if I had to put a percentage on it, overall, I would say maybe It's tough, actually. I thought I was going to have a percentage off the top of my head. I want to give you guys an accurate representation of the effort level I felt like I've put in consistently throughout a 2.5 year time period. It's going to have to be high. It's going to have to be probably 70 or 75% of what I feel like could be, maybe even less than that, honestly. Maybe like 70 or 65, I feel like, of what my maximum capacity could have been. Right. And just having that thought makes me understand the power of how you think, what you put into the world, what you strive for, how much effort you put in. Right. And it's just very different than hearing it. We hear it all the time. We scroll reels. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a hustler, if you're a business person, and your algorithm is set up, all you hear is people saying this, people saying that, people saying this, people saying that. But guess what? If you're not doing, then you won't get to experience it yourself. It's all cool to hear it, but experiencing it for yourself is always, and when I say always, I mean always, experiencing the feeling that those people are talking about is always going to trump hearing about it. You can never, except for maybe like the rare 1% person, but you could never hear something and have it mean as much to your body, your nervous system, your conscious, as when you have personally experienced it. It just doesn't, that's just not how information works with your brain. There's more information to be had when you experience it yourself. So if you're not putting the reps in, then everything they're talking about, you won't get to experience. And if you don't get to experience it, it's going to take you longer to learn the lesson. So you have to experience it for yourself. And that's the difference maker, is literally, because I'm putting together these plans and working these plans and checking in on the plans, I get to experience that trigger, those triggers. Because next year, I'm even closer to being at the end of those 5-year goals. So like at the end of this year, that means we're going to start counting the clock on T-minus 1 year till I get to my first block of 5-year goals. And I don't think you understand like what that means to me. With my age, that'd be the year that at the end of those 5-year goals, I'll be turning 35. So not only am I getting to the first block of 5-year goals I've ever made, but I'm turning 35. So those are all big triggers for me, but I would never have that if I didn't plan it, if I didn't do it. So, the point that I'm trying to get across is like, if there's something that you want to do, you need to start doing it. You need to plan it. You need to execute, and you need to learn the lessons. If you're not executing, you're not learning the lessons, you're slowing yourself down. Number one. Number two, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I might be telling you, I might be trying to show you guys and teach you guys the things that I've experienced and done to get to where I'm at now, which, by the way, I don't even really think it's that great of a position. But I'm still growing myself all the time. I'm still struggling to constantly apply all of the lessons that I am teaching you guys. So when you do have something where you struggle, just take a second, reflect. You're going to have to sit in the stink for a little bit. I sat in the stink for 3 weeks. A lot of things suffered because of it, but I'm okay. I'm not hurt. I'll live to fight another day. And as long as I can live to fight another day, I persist. I will be here. I am going nowhere. So that's the second lesson, is be okay with being able to take that look in the mirror. Even when things are shitty, you still have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, man. And it took me a while in this stretch to really be able to do that. But my journal saved me. And that's just the third thing, man. I don't really know how much more clearly I can try to explain the value of planning, putting together yearly goals, long-term goals, and following through on those, because that's my safety net. That's going to always catch me. So yeah, man, going forward, I'm still planning on doing content the same way, at one episode a week as we're currently standing. So, I'm gonna wait. I really want to give you guys my week 1 results from Built Not Bought, from the challenge that I'm doing. If you guys are interested in hearing about or seeing the results of the challenge that I'm doing, I'm gonna put the Instagram to Built Not Bought in the description of the podcast I'm doing. And feel free to follow, because once we drop the program for Built Not Bought, it's going to be on the socials. So feel free to follow. More than happy to have other people along on this self-discovery journey that I'm going on, and self-mastery journey that I'm going on, that I've been trying to help everybody else get on too. So anyways, man, it's been real. Hope everybody's good. Thank you for tuning in as usual. And I'm really excited to get you guys some more stuff and some more content. Peace.